Well, I was born in Shanghai, but my parents and I came to Toronto when I was 3 years old. And so I really grew up here, even though I spoke Shanghainese at home. And I did have English as a second language courses very, very early on. And then I think maybe just in kindergarten. And then once I went to grade school, I pretty much just spoke English. In 91 and 92, I went to Homeland, and my secondary school, I spent a year and a half in Clarkson, and then went to John Fraser because we moved. I believe I probably made my career choice when I was 5, because I had my very first performance, and I didn't understand anything about what an audience was, what I was doing, but I was playing a duet with my father, and this was in Thunder Bay, because we spent a year there, and after the performance, people started clapping, and I was very confused, and I asked my father, well, what are they doing? What is this? What does this mean? And he said, well, this is how people show their appreciation for what you're doing. My father, who was my violin teacher and mentor, he gave me everything that I needed in terms of education in music, and really encouraging me to fall in love with music. And it was never well, there were always times where I needed to practice, but it was always left as a choice. I was also very, very lucky to have a guidance counselor who was very understanding of my situation, and that I needed time to practice, and so we were able to maneuver my schedule. This was at John Fraser Secondary School, and we were able to maneuver my schedule so that it allowed for me to come back in between classes to practice. I think a lot of the challenges that often people have is that a wonderful opportunity will come along, but they might not be prepared for it, they might not be ready for it, and so as a result, they lose that opportunity. And that becomes an insecurity. Part of my upbringing was that I had so many experiences that I could really make a valid choice and know that that I wouldn't regret it. And so I would say that students should definitely explore their interests fully, and then make a firm decision on what they want to dedicate themselves to. I believe that the most important thing for everyone in their life is to find their passion. I feel like if you know what your passion is, what your gift is, and if you can apply that for the rest of your life, you will, first of all, you'll be happy in whatever work you are placed in, and you'll always find joy in it, and it'll constantly be propelling you to greater and greater heights.